Please take a seat.
Thank you.
Hello.
Ms. Hansen. Perhaps ladies and gentlemen are familiar with Miss Angelica Emmanuel Musk, who is the CEO of one of the car companies, Tesla. How's the trip, Miss Angelica?
Thank you, Miss Lisa. It was good.
Okay, for Miss Sunny, Miss Yanis, and Mr. Hansen, you may introduce yourself in your respective position.
Thank you, Miss Lisa. My name is Professor Dr. Sunny Mulyarso, as Managing Research Expert in Indonesia. I'm very honored and thankful for the invitation.
Okay, good morning everyone. Introducing my name is Janice Leticia as Executive Director of the Green Generation Foundation. I feel very honored to be here with such great people. Thank you for inviting me to attend and participate in this important meeting to prioritize a better future for the nation.
Thank you, Ms. Nisa. I'm Hansen Al-Kafi, presenter and a representative from Apple TV News Broadcasting Network. I'm honored to be joining you, great thinkers and people here today.
Okay, thank you, Miss Janice, Professor Sunny, and Mr. Hansen. I'm very enthusiastic about the results of this negotiation, and I hope we can all give our best for the sustainability of my company and Indonesia.
Thank you for agreeing to come once again, Miss Angelica, to discuss more into Tesla's electric vehicle investment in Indonesia as part of our 2045 Golden Indonesia's agenda. We hope that this negotiation can have a positive impact for us and Miss Angelica's company. Today I brought Miss Janice, Professor Sunny, and Mr. Hansen to provide perspective from their respective fields.
Thank you for inviting me to this meeting. I really appreciate it. Before proceeding to the main topic, I would like to ask first, why is Indonesia interested in getting investment and switching to Tesla electric cars?
Perhaps Mr. Hansen can explain it more detail, the background to our discussion today.
Of course, Ms. Nisa. It is common knowledge that most Indonesian big cities suffer from severe air pollution issues. The air pollution issues in Jakarta in particular is largely caused by the emissions from motor vehicles. The data from the Environmental Agency, or the ELHA of DKI Jakarta, indicated that transportation is the primary contributor to the city's air pollution issues. In 2023 alone, Jakarta recorded CO2 emissions from the transportation sector amounting to 81.17 million kilograms of CO2. The number of motor vehicles in Jakarta reached 93.03 million units, most of which are private vehicles that still use fossil fuel. That is why it is of an urgency for Indonesians to immediately implement the change or the switch to renewable energy sources to suppress air pollution.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hansen. Tesla itself is known as a car brand that has a lot of innovations, such as self-driving cars and certainly the use of sustainable fuels, such as solar power and also electric powered car. Tesla is a partner in accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy. From Miss Angelica's company profile, it is one of the reasons why we invited you, with vehicle being one of the most contributing factor to pollution. It would be better if our country started encouraging its citizens to use electric cars. It would be more beautiful if we use end-to-end renewable energy. Electricity for electric cars is also from renewable energy.
Okay, well, I understand. Not only in Indonesia, but the whole world is experiencing the same thing, and together are thinking of solutions, including the United States. According to the American Lung Association's final report, 131 million Americans have been breathing unhealthy air for the past 3 years. I agree that the world now needs renewable energy, given the current state of the world. In addition, I really appreciate Ms. Nisa for really doing research on my company.
My pleasure, Miss Angelica.
Actually, I have long been interested in investing in the construction of a Tesla electric car factory in Indonesia. But I am worried about the response of the Indonesian people to the presence of electric cars, especially Tesla. Is there any data or news you can provide about this?
Miss Angelica, allow me to provide you the data on this matter. In 2021, the Development Dialog Asia (DDA), Communication for Change (C4C), and Kanta Indonesia conducted a survey across 34 provinces with 3,490 respondents. The results showed that 88% of respondents were actually aware of climate change, although only 44% though 44% couldn't define it correctly. This suggests that Indonesians are becoming aware of the climate change issues, even though renewable energy hasn't been widely discussed yet. In 2022, the chairman of Indonesian Automotive Industry Association, or GAIKINDO, Yohanes Nantoi, noted that growing interest in electric cars compared to previous years. A study by the Institute of Economic Social Research of the University of Indonesia, or LPR, UI, in 2023 found that 68.35% respondents were interested in purchasing electric cars. The electric car sales on itself in 2023 reached 17,062 units, with the Hyundai Ioniq 5 leading the market at 7,176 units. Despite this, the 2022 survey revealed that 43% of 1,002 respondents actually named Tesla as their preferred electric car brand to buy within the next 5 years. I myself had also the chance to personally visit the ongoing electric vehicle exhibition at Jakarta Fair Kemayoran 2024. I had also observed a significant enthusiasm from the public for electric vehicle products, as evidenced by the large crowds gathered around many of the electric vehicle manufacturers at the exhibition. It is also worth noting, I believe, that the exhibition area for electric vehicles at this year's Jakarta Fair is larger than last year's, which reflects the growing interest among the public.
Okay, so the Indonesian people are very open to the presence of electrical technology, and I'm very happy about that. Then maybe if I invest here, Tesla will definitely immediately rise to become the best-selling electric car in Indonesia. Okay. Nggak apa, dikat. And I'm actually interested in the electric vehicle exhibition at the Jakarta Fair Kemayoran. Maybe after this we can go there together. Oh
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, thank you Mr. Hansen for your explanation. I also want to hear from Ms. Janice and Professor Sani for their opinion. Maybe Ms. Janice, I want you to go first.
Okay, well, thank you, NG, as CEO of Tesla, for this opportunity. As a reputable NGO that has been serving the environmental needs and requirements of the people in Indonesia for a long time, Green Generation Foundation would like to state that we approve and appreciate the efforts made by Tesla in reducing carbon emissions in Indonesia by increasing the supply of electric car technology. We believe that electric car technology, especially from Tesla, can bring a big effective change, and hopefully this can help raise public awareness to fight climate change from simple things. In line with some of our work programs, Green Generation Foundation has several work programs such as Green Technology Cooperation, where we cooperate with several parties in investing in green technology, industry, and energy, which on the other hand is certainly beneficial and will open up new jobs and increase national incomes. In addition, we also participate in a project called Clean Development Mechanism (CDM), so that some developing countries such as Indonesia can get funds from developed countries to reduce carbon emissions. And in conclusions, I approve of your great efforts and decisions because they are in line with the Green Generation Foundation's vision and mission of contributing to reducing carbon emissions and improving the participation of the Indonesian people. Okay, that's all. Thank you for the opportunity. Next, please allow Professor Dr. Sani Murdiarso to speak. Please, Professor, we want to hear your opinion.
Thank you, Ms. Janice. I have quite the opposite opinion about this proposal. It is true that Indonesia has an urgency to address the pollution problem. As we all know, Indonesia is highly polluted and has considerable influence on the world's temperature rise. In fact, many people die due to high pollution. Over 300,000 people died in Indonesia in 2019 due to stroke, heart disease, lung cancer, and chronic respiratory disease as a result of outdoor air pollution. One sector that is quite high in contributing to pollution is the transport sector. Perhaps that is what we are considering at this meeting. However, apart from the transport sector, the energy sector itself is the biggest contributor to pollution. Electricity in Indonesia is still generated from 62% coal, 18% natural gas, and 2% oil as energy sources for power generation. In the process, the pollution produced is high carbon intensity. Therefore, the question is, whatever switching to electric cars can be the right solution? Okay, after hearing Professor Sani's opinion, I agree with Professor Sani. Actually, I have been looking for information about this, but I just remembered when Professor Sani mentioned it. Thank you, Professor, for expressing opinions from different perspectives so that we are more aware. So, based on the information I got, renewable energy sources of electricity generation in Indonesia only amounted to 19%, with 8% from water, 5.3% from biomass and waste, 5.1% from geothermal, 0.1% from solar, and 0.1% from wind on land. This is a very small number and far compared to the use of 62% of coal.
These concerns are very relevant to the government. We recognize that to achieve national and international climate target as laid out in the Paris Agreement, we need to increase the use of renewable energy. We have introduced several incentives to attract investment in the renewable energy sectors. For example, Minister of Energy and Resources, Regulation Number 50, year 2017, on utilization of renewable energy sources for electricity supply, which provide feed-in tariff and tax incentive for renewable energy project developers. We also targeting 23% of renewable energy in the national energy mix by 2025.
Okay, I see and I get it. However, I still want to hear more from you, Professor. Please. Okay, thank you, Ms. Andy. Electric cars certainly use electricity as the main energy. However, as I just explained, Indonesia electricity still uses coal as its main raw materials. With that, the process of converting coal into electricity produces high carbon intensity. By looking at this, it can be concluded that this can allow for more electricity demand, which will make the energy sector need more to produce electricity, and the outcome is more carbon intensity. As I said before, Processing coal to generate electricity contributes a huge amount of emission to Indonesia's pollution. In 2021, for each kilowatt hour of electricity, 784.8 grams of CO2 were emitted in Indonesia. So what about this year? Of course, it's most likely more than what I've mentioned. In fact, it is predicted to increase by 5.5% every 5 years. When compared to other G20 members, Indonesia has a very worrying condition. On average, for G20 countries is 44.7 grams of CO2 are emitted for each kilowatt hour of electricity. In fact, there should be a decrease of minus 8.1% over 5 years. Based on this data, Indonesia has almost twice as many emissions as other G20 countries.
Okay, I understand your hesitation, Professor. Thank you for your insights. Here, the thing is, since Tesla's inception, our goals have centered on the opportunities presented by the sustainable energy transition. We understand that companies play an important role in solving the environmental, economic, social, and political challenges outlined in the UN SDGs. Therefore, every product we sell helps owners lower emissions. In 2023, our customers avoided releasing over 20 million metric tons of carbon dioxide into our atmosphere. That's equal to about 51 billion miles of driving an internal combustion engine, or ICE vehicle. After approximately 3 years of driving, a Tesla EV's lifetime emissions are lower than those of a comparable ICE vehicle. After 17 years of driving, a single Tesla vehicle will avoid about 51 tons of carbon dioxide. EV drivers can increase their renewable energy mix by installing solar energy generation or storage systems in their homes. Besides, we are reducing our water usage throughout our operations as much as possible, prioritizing direct use in manufacturing. Our supercharger network is the largest fast charging network in the world. The global network had 99.97% uptime and was 100% renewable in 2023, achieved through a combination of on-site resources and annual renewable margin. Of course, I want Tesla, if I invest in Indonesia, to progress in the future, not regress. Therefore, thus the Indonesian government has a proposed strategy, Ms. Lisa.
We propose a collaboration between the Indonesian government, Tesla, and the Green Generation Foundation to build a renewable energy power plant across Indonesia. This partnership will not only address the issue of energy sources, but also demonstrate a shared commitment to a sustainable future. The government will facilitate the necessary permits and provide incentive for renewable energy project. Hopefully, Tesla can bring its advanced technology and expertise for the future. The government while Green Generation Foundation will assist with the underground implementation and community engagement, with the hope that together we can build a renewable energy power generation network that will significantly reduce our dependence on fossil fuels.
Okay, after hearing some new facts from you guys, it doesn't take long to state that I agree with your statement. If it's good for Indonesia's futures, then I appreciate this idea. I will immediately discuss with some of my associates about the rapid constructions of 50 renewable energy power plants on each Indonesia island to facilitate access to power generation energy source.
Okay, Ms. Janice, I think 50 for each main island will not be enough. The target should be increased to 80 to 100 on each main island.
However, we propose that the government will cover a significant portion of the initial cost supported by grants and international funding, but we would like Tesla to fund around 45% of the project, leveraging your global expertise and also investment capabilities. Additionally, we will seek contribution from the Green Generation Foundation and also other environmental organizations.
Okay, but no, I will only help with 30% of the funding. But I can guarantee you that I will definitely set up a Tesla factory in Indonesia. And I also want Professor Sani to be the supervisor in the implementation of the construction project.
Do be rest assured, Ms. Angelica, we at Metro TV have vast networks of business partnership from various related sectors. I believe we can also help increase Tesla reputation in Indonesia, both on the public or the citizens' perspective and also on the business market perspective. We will also lobby the government to allow Tesla's entrance into the Indonesian electric vehicle market more smoothly, and we will present Tesla as truthful to its image of a global leading company that is reputable in the global electronic vehicle market.
Okay, then please make sure that if there's anything untoward during the construction of the project and the factory, the public will not know about it. Thank you, Mr. Hansen.
Okay, so thank you for attending, everyone, and for the agreement that we have agreed. Hopefully, next we can work together in our field, and hopefully this collaboration will run smoothly. With this, I close today's negotiation. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.